Hey everybody, Dr. Diane, your Libido doc, talking today about, do insecurities impact your relationship? What I have seen is dramatically for most people, and insecurities can be a wide variety of things. They can be emotional insecurities, they can be physical insecurities, they can be attachment mismatches, where an attachment style, where we have attachment styles, for example, like an anxious attachment style or an avoidant attachment style. Either one of these types of attachment styles have a level of insecurity in the relationship with them. Insecurities can be due to things that have happened. Maybe there's been some emotional trauma inside the relationship. Maybe there's been a level of cheating in the relationship. There's so many different things that can cause insecurities. And there's also insecurities that we bring with us from our past. Now, one thing I want to bring up that I had a therapist tell me personally that I just resonate with so much, and I've talked to a lot of people over the years about this, is that we wind up healing insecurities about relationships when we are in relationships. So I see a lot of people get out of relationships that were messy and think like, oh, well, I got to be whole before I'm going to enter another relationship, right? And while I do agree that we do want to work on ourselves, we do want to make sure that we're not projecting anger from our past relationship, for example, onto a new partner, it's also important to realize that we're always works in progress, right? That there's always going to be more growing that any human can do. So we're never going to be whole from a standpoint of we're done improving ourselves and we're done growing. That's just part of the human experience. And so when it comes to relationships, we actually can heal. One of the best ways to heal from a problematic past relationship is in a present relationship, that we heal relationship trauma in a present relationship. But we do that by making sure we're not bringing in our own securities. So if we had insecurities about abandonment from our last relationship, then it's important to name those in a present relationship and to work through, okay, well, how do we heal these together? And how do we make this relationship strong together? And so that we're not doing it on our own, because it's very difficult to heal interrelational trauma in a single type of scenario, right? That, like I said, that doing it together, that approaching it together can really help with that healing process. The other thing to say is that sometimes when we have these insecurities, they can bring up so much stress and trauma internally. And when we have insecurities, sometimes then we project them on our partner. Sometimes this can be as simple as like us not feeling as confident in our body. Another thing I've seen is with women is not liking the way they look, like their genitals look. In fact, many women have never even looked at their own genitals, but when they see them for the first time, if they ever do look, oftentimes women feel a sense of shame because they don't realize that we are all different and all uniquely beautiful there. So we really want to think a step, like from a standpoint of insecurities, we really want to think about, okay, what things are we insecure about? Is this something that we can heal perhaps in our relationship? And there's another saying that I really like is, if we name it, we can change it. If we keep our insecurities kind of in shadow and say, oh, I'm not insecure about anything, right? I've just got this, versus actually looking and truly being honest and analyzing like, what things am I not totally secure about? When we start naming them, they oftentimes have less power over us, and we can begin to change them through our own work, as well as bringing them into our relationship. One of my favorite things for working with insecurities, and there's many things, but is what I call radical orgasms or radical intimacy. So if we have a belief, for example, that, our thighs are too big, or that our partner isn't fully there with us and our partner is like interested in somebody else, and let's just say we have these stories that we've created in our head that are leading to insecurities, and they're not true. We can bring these to our partners, and when we're being intimate and where our brain is super subjective, right? Because the more we drop into the present, the more we are in our body in the present moment during intimacy, the more we're actually able to sit and rest in that brainwave state that is connected to our partner. right? And then when we do that, if our partner whispers things to us in that subjective state, such as, you have the sexiest thighs I've ever seen, right? Like if that's, say, our insecurity, right? And if our partner is whispering that to us as they're stroking our thighs, as we're deeply entranced in this state, it can really help to get into the subconscious better and rewrite that script. So I like using that for a wide variety of things, and especially if you have a partner that is willing to be vulnerable with you and take part in your healing that way. There's a lot of healing that can happen for insecurities with using radical orgasms. So I hope this has been helpful. Please do check in the show notes for how to work with me if you want more help with topics like these. You can find my information as far as how to work with me in my clinic below. And please do subscribe to the channel if you would like more information like this. We'll see you soon.